Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Aqua's Adventure. So today is going to be kind of like a calm and relaxing day. I'm pretty sure today we're going to be building a horse track because as you guys know we have horses and I never use them because I usually use like nether portals and stuff, but today we're going to be building a horse track. Which is pretty cool, so let's get started. Alright, I should probably show you guys where the horse track is going to go, and it's going to go right here. So, behind our house, we have kind of like a big field that we don't use. I was thinking this would probably be perfect for just kind of like a little track thing, and I thought probably a horse track would be the best. Now, what I'm going to do, first of all, is I'm going to clean this up over here because the track is going to be a little bit bigger than just this. So I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to go grab some dirt, and I'll get started with that. Alright guys, so it's been like maybe 10-15 minutes and I managed to clear out a large portion of this land. I even went over there a little bit, so I did a lot of clearing out, which is pretty cool. So, now comes the actual building parts. Now I just have to kind of imagine a horse track. So what is a horse track made out of? So, I was thinking maybe something like, what is that stuff? I would use maybe coal for the ground, but do I really want to waste that much coal? Let's go see how much coal I have. Oh, where? Oh, I put it all in the furnaces. Okay, so yeah, that means we can't use coal. We could use something like gravel and cobble. That's probably what we're going to go with because I'm not like super rich. I don't have... Well, I have lots of coal, but it's all in the furnaces in the new little furnace thing. I could show you guys real quick. We built it in a... couple episodes ago. We built this little smeltery thing. We just put stuff and then yeah, which is pretty cool. You know what is in here? Alright, well you can take all my dirt and flowers because I don't need these anymore, and I will pick this stuff up after the episode. So yeah, what I'll probably end up doing is making just kind of like a giant circle with cobble and gravel and adding like fences on the side and having a starting line. So yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to gather some materials and we're going to get started. Okay guys, so I've got the main materials together. I'll be using stone, obsidian, and quartz for like the beginning or the finish mark and some fences. So what's going to happen, I'm just going to build like the outline. Then after the outline, I'll add a little bit of detail. So that's what's going to happen, just build the actual horse track. I actually forgot one material. We need something to go under the fences. What would go good under the fences? Is there something we have? You know what? These would probably look really cool under the fences. Alright, so let's kind of get started. So let's start like right here. So this is where the finish line is going to be. So why do we want this? We probably want the track to be about 6 wide, just like that. Okay, so let's... Oh, darn. Alright, well, I have jump. So let's kind of make a little pattern here. This is going to be the finish line, so if like you cross this a certain amount of times, you win. Of course, this is a single-player world, so... But just... Yeah, I'm going to use my imagination. Imagine that I'm racing against some people. So yeah, that is going to be the finish line right there. And then from here, like... out over here, and from here out over here, it's going to be the track, and the track is going to be made out of stone. I know it looks kind of ugly, but grass would be better, but everything's made out of grass, so I didn't want that. And then it's going to be, the actual thing is going to be, oh, I missed a part. And on the sides here, do I have enough room? Yeah, I'll have enough room. On the sides here, what's going to happen... Where is these blocks? I'm going to place these blocks like this. Whoopsies, not like that. My thumb just twitched. And then add fences along like that. So that's going to be the actual horse track. And then we'll be running down here. And it's going to go around kind of like a little circle. So guys, yeah. what I'm probably going to end up doing is laying out the fences first, so I kind of know the outline, and then I'll fill it in after. So, yeah, let me get some work done, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I just did a little bit of work, kind of brought it out, and the corners or the turns are going to be probably the hardest part of this to make. And yeah, I did just kind of like a first corner right here, and it looks okay. This looks a little thin, but it works, I guess. It's 6 across this way, 6 this way. So yeah, I'm going to be going around now to this turn. Alright guys, so here is the second turn now. I know these turns aren't perfect. A lot of you are probably going to be mad, like, oh, that looks terrible. What I'm going to do, like I said before, I'm just going to kind of outline the track. After the track is outlined, I'll go ahead and I'll fix up these turns. I'll fix everything. And so yeah, this track is going to be like a circle, and in the middle I'm thinking of like putting like stables and hay and maybe bleachers, stuff like that right in the middle, if you guys are wondering with what we're gonna do with the giant hole. But yeah, I'll definitely fix these turns, but I'm just gonna kind of keep working on it. Alright guys, so I have brought it around all the way over here, and I managed to make these 2 turns. So again, these turns are terrible, but I will fix them later. So now what I'm going to be working on is hollowing out the middle. It's actually not going to take that long. All I have to do is just get rid of that and place the stone. Alright guys, so I filled in all the stone, so technically the actual floor of the track is done. But now, what I'm going to do, this is probably going to be the longest part of the entire thing. I'm going to go ahead and fix everything up. Things like these, I don't like this. This isn't wide enough for a horse track. What I might even do is make this wider. I might bring this in over here. This part, I didn't even bother to put in yet because I know I'm probably going to move it in. So yeah, I'm just going to fix the entire track. Then once I get back, I'll put in the fences and the detail. But yeah, real quick, I'm going to spend some time and fix the thing up. Alright guys, so I've done a bit of work. I've managed to put fences down on all the track, and I've moved the track one over, and I have fixed all the sides. I'll actually build up and I can show you guys. But yeah, surprisingly, making it all even was easier than I thought it would be. But yeah, I got it done. So from this height, you can kind of see that I rounded out each corner, which is pretty cool. I even took this, expanded it by 1, and made sure it was in the middle, so I counted blocks. So that's pretty cool. Now, what's going to happen? Now, I'm thinking this is a little bland. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take like cracked stone brick, gravel, and I'm going to kind of spice it up a bit. I'm going to make the track look a little bit worn and dirty. After that, we'll add something here with banners and stuff. But yeah, real quickly, let me grab some of these materials, and I'll get started. Okay, so I managed to get myself like all kinds of brick, normal brick, cracked brick, mossy brick, gravel, cobble. So yeah, I'm gonna just kind of patch it up a bit. Okay, so this is kind of what it's gonna look like. I might even patch it up more than this. Add probably a couple spots here and there. I'll just do a little bit of it on camera. Let's see where else. Probably like maybe right here. Right here probably needs some moss. Probably over here needs a little bit of brick. Where's my cracked brick? And yeah, just like that. So it kind of looks a little bit worn out. Now, I don't know how this is going to look in the long run. But I think it looks fine. Alright, so I took out the moss because the green from the moss just kind of stood out a little way too much. I replaced it with other things. I think this looks a little bit better. I probably have a little bit too much brick in there anyway. Let me try to get some of that out. Yeah, this looks a little bit better. Still doesn't look amazing, but yeah, I'm going to do this for the rest of the track, which is going to take a while. But yeah, I'm going to get started on that. Okay guys, so I have finished the road. I did the entire thing with cobblestone. I left out mossy brick because the green was way too bright, cracked, and gravel. And it actually doesn't look that bad. It definitely looks worn. You guys can see Steve over there peeking over the statues looking at what I am doing. Alright, so the next thing that I want to add is a little like loop right here, because of course this is where you start and this is where you finish. So I'm gonna really quickly grab something to build it out of. Okay guys, so I grabbed something. Now I have not planned this out at all, so I don't know how this is going to look, but let's do a little bit of experimenting. So we have kind of 3 spaces here we could play with. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that. Now, how is this gonna work? Go 2 up. I'm thinking we kind of like combine all 3 of them into one pillar. I don't know how that's gonna work, but somehow. Or do you guys think I should just make one big bunch? You know what? I think we could have 3 separate pillars. That's not even that big of a problem. Okay. So jump up here. 1, 2, 3. You know what? I'm gonna make it 2 more high. Some of these horses can jump a lot, so I'm gonna make sure I can get up there. Whoopsies. Okay. I'm surprised I can still jump with this jump 2. It's insane. Okay, now let's bring it over and slightly crouch, and then we'll add the banners on top. Hopefully this looks nice. If it doesn't, I'll take it down, restart. But it should look nice since we have the side with the other kind of block. And then, I don't know, maybe the colors are a little bit mismatched in this build, but I don't think it looks that bad. I think it looks fine. And we'll add more detail later on, like I say with everything. Really nothing is final in this world until I say it is. Really everything is just kind of, we'll come back to it later on. We'll fix it up. Like in here, I'll add things, so that's not done. Okay, let's see. Do you think that is good? Should we add more? Should we add like things right here? Is that a thing we should do? I think that is a thing we should do. Let's put it right there. Perfect. Okay. Now, in between these, I'll probably add gates. You know what? Let me go get some gates right now. I think I have some gates in here. Do I have... Okay, here. 1, 2. Actually, I'm gonna need 2 more of those. Let's add these gates right here. Let's open that one. Let's add gates right here. Okay, cool. So that is like the little finishing line. Now, I don't know if this is gonna look nice. It's completely experiment. And why am I lagging? Whoa. Okay, like I was saying, this is completely experimenting. But maybe we could hang something up from here. How can we do this? White, black, white, black, white, black, white, black, white. Entire thing into a bunch of banners. Enough banners to finish this side off. But, yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. Alright, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish this off, play with it for a little bit, make it look as nice as possible, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, guys, so I put a little bit of work into this, and I think this is pretty good design. I left this place clean, partly because if I have too many banners, it does cause me lag. So I didn't want to put them everywhere, so I kind of limited myself. And by the way, just a little thingy, by the time you see this, I'll probably have a new computer. But yeah, I'm getting a new computer very kind of soon, like in a couple weeks. I know this is like really off topic, but yeah, my computer, its graphics card is amazing, but its processor is complete garbage. So I'm going to get a new computer very soon with a better graphics card, actually a way better CPU. But yeah, it's just a little thing. So in a couple weeks, I'll be able to do episodes, and you won't see any lag like at all. Even right now, it's not too bad. It is kind of bad, but it's also because I'm in the middle of everything. But yeah, I'll be able to do things to the max. But yeah, so what I ended up doing here is just I layered these banners, and over here I layered them, and I added a little slab so like the banners could go down lower, because I really wanted them low enough so I can like kind of jump through them, because I've wanted that feeling. I want the feeling of jumping through things. So I had those. So I think it actually doesn't look that bad. I actually really like it. Okay, so the next job that we have to do is kind of decorating the middle. So we're already at about 18 or 16, 17 minutes into the video, so I don't want to do anything too drastic, but what I think we can build today is the bleachers. So I'm going to build like bleachers right here, on the other end, like probably 2 on the sides here, and in the middle I'll have like a bunch of stuff here. Let me go over here. Come on, give me the jump boost. There we go. We go over here. Bleachers, pool, hay, stables, and jumping area. So I want all that. We'll do the bleachers today. Alright, well, the bleachers are done. The video is already pretty long, and I thought, nah, I didn't want to just bore you guys with building them. So, I built them all, but I will talk about them a little bit. So, what I did is I just kind of made, it's symmetrical. There's one big one over here, one big one over here, and then there's 4 small ones. And I'll show you guys how these work. So, yeah, it's just bricks going up, and then in the middle is spruce stairs, and then spruce fences all the way around for like guard railings and stuff. And then if we go over here, the stone comes all the way out. I put a couple torches down here, and then I kind of made like support beams. For the ones in the middle, it's exactly the same, but just a little bit smaller. It's exactly the same thing, except a little bit smaller. And then little support beams down here with torches. So I did 1 long one over here, and then 2 things like that. I'm going to put stuff right here. That's why I didn't want to make them too long. I would have added another set. But yeah, these ones are exactly the same too, and so is this one at the end of your support beams. Yeah, everything is the same. So those are kind of the bleachers, my own kind of little twist or design on them, and I think they're pretty cool. So yeah, there's 6 of them in total, and in the middle I'll add like this, like I was saying before, like the pool and stuff. I also added a couple torches. I added 3 on each corner and then 2 on each of these corners. I might add some over here, but I'll do that off camera. Alright guys, so I think today's episode is going to be done. I'll add more detail either next episode or off camera. But yeah, guys, I think we did pretty good for one episode. This is a pretty good horse tracks for one episode, so I'm pretty happy with it. So guys, I enjoyed playing today, so if you enjoyed watching, make sure to like and comment as it supports my channel, and I'll see you guys later. God bless, and goodbye.